This time, Usher did not aim at Drake. He immediately targeted Jim Jones, who had the loudest voice among Drake's crew. Additionally, LeBron James intervened and made things even more complicated while the crowd was still processing the shots. We had the opportunity to go back to the actual start of this battle before we got into that fallout. Pusha versus Drake. You have to go to the heart of the matter to truly understand why Pusha came for Jim. The Cold War between Pusha and Drake. You already know if you've been exposed to rap music for even a little moment. The dispute between Drake and Pusha T isn't your typical rap feud. The heavyweight war is on. One of the most devastating diss tracks in contemporary hip-hop sprang from this conflict. The absurd thing is that Drake wasn't even the first to start it. You see, this whole situation dates back to the early 2000s, before they ever had beef. Their crews were the subject. Go Music, which was supported by Pusha T and Kanye West, was on one side. Young Money, on the other hand, was making a big impact. With Drake, Nicki, and Lil Wayne. There was already conflict back then. Wayne and Pusha were making subtle barbs at one another. Tension bubbling, nothing too overt. However, it established the tone for the subsequent events. Then, in 2018, everything finally blew out. Pusha T released his album Daytona, which was produced by Kanye, and ignited a fire on the last song, Infrared. He revived the ghostwriting rumors about Drake from the past. Mame essentially questioned the validity of Drake's whole career. And dropped Quentin Miller. It was cunning, slick, and downright disrespectful. Although it was written like Nas, Quentin was the source of that line. Caused everyone's ears to perk up. Drake was not going to accept Pusha's aspirations for the throne without a fight. He responded with a day later. It was an assured reply that targeted Kanye as well as Pusha. He further twisted the knife by disparaging Pusha's street reputation, casting doubt on his entire dealer identity, and even claiming that he ghostwrote for Kanye. Oh, and by bringing up Pusha's fiancé, he went too far. It was no longer simply about bars and rap after that. When things became personal, Pusha T lost it. What followed wasn't merely a jab. It was carried out in public. The details of Adon's narrative were shocking. Brutal subject, icy delivery, and eerie beat. Drake's greatest secret, that he had a secret son with a former adult film star, was revealed by Pusha. He said Drake was hiding the child from the world and was a deadbeat. He added controversy by using a picture of Drake wearing blackface as the cover art, which sent the internet into a frenzy. Then followed the sentence that became a part of the history of rap. You have a child hidden away. Allow that boy to return home. After that, even Drake's most ardent supporters had to back off. This is the section that, however, made everything even more crazy. Drake remained silent. Rapper Jay Prince reportedly intervened, told Drake to stop, and claimed to have a career-ending song that we would never hear. However, for the majority of fans, that was the end of it. Drake accepted the loss. Later on, he even acknowledged that was his first defeat in a rap fight. Additionally, he verified the rumors in his album Scorpion. The war stalled after that. But not dead. Under the surface, the heat was still palpable. Every few months, one of them would subtly make fun of the other in an interview, a cryptic post from Pusha, or a catchy line in a Drake lyric. People's perceptions of Drake were altered by the Adon narrative, which marked a watershed in rap history. However, he still had supporters despite that public humiliation. And now for Jim Jones. Jim Jones has decades of experience in the game. However, he has been acting like he has had something to prove lately. He made a bold remark a few weeks ago, and boy did he follow through on it. He stated unequivocally that he is more powerful than Nas, and that he even raps better.
Way more influential than Nas, and I don't care what nobody say. I know I made a little boo-boo when we talk about the sales and all this type of shit. I don't feel like getting into that rhetoric about where I started and where he started.
You said that,
but listen, Nas was nice when I was in high school. When I was in 10th grade, Nas came out. Nas was dope. We appreciate it.
Following this interview, people accused Jim of being profane, disrespectful, and deluded. But Jones leaned into it rather than retreating. Then Drake appeared to support him as well. Now, one thing is obvious regardless of your opinion on them. Drake and Jim Jones are not playing checkers, they are playing chess. One hot take at a time, they're pushing forward together, speaking the unspeakable, and changing the culture's vibe. However, his partnership with Drake goes beyond music. There is more to it than that. Jimmy has been supporting Drake in every way. Jim was among the first to stand up for Drake as the legal smoke started to fly with Universal Music Group. He asserted that Drizzy wasn't merely waging an ego-based spat with the business. In reality, he was attempting to bring about change by exposing unjust corporate practices. Jim claims that Drake is attempting to change the entire society rather than simply safeguarding his suitcase. Conversely, Jim has also been praising Drake's music as though it were gospel. He summoned all of the dogs. No hesitation, Scary Hours Edition, 2023's finest album. In a rap game full of opportunists and side switchers, that type of praise isn't just kind. It's loyalty. It's uncommon to find ride or die intensity like that. However, you will inevitably make enemies when you adopt a position that strongly. And according to Jim, Pusha is that adversary. For years, their tension has been building. The feud between Pusha and Drake is well known. Jim Jones, however, is now entering the ring. He has been publicly criticizing Pusha, casting doubt on his legacy, downplaying his impact, and letting people know that he isn't impressed. Furthermore, he was not impressed by Pusha's return on Ace Trumpets. He did not even hear it.
Ace Trumpets?
What's so great about it?
It's so good.
It's good?
It's so, oh man.
It's good?
By gunning for Pusha T, Jim's doing two things at once. One, he's defending Drake and making it clear that if you got smoke with Drake, you got smoke with him, too, and two, he's putting his name back in the headlines, reminding folks that he's still a player in the culture, not just some throwback name from the Dipset era.